Hello everybody and welcome back to Multicultural Voices, and today we are going to be focusing on the importance of mentorship, and we have two guests today and they're going to quickly introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Yusuf Abdi. I currently attend UVM, and I believe that mentorship is important because I wouldn't be here where I am today without it. So.
And I'm Mukhtar. Like he said, mentorship is very important, and we need to tell the young folks how they can use the opportunity they have.
That's awesome. Thank you both for being on this important show with us today. And I just wanted to ask a couple things about mentorship. Like, what does mentorship mean to you guys?
Growing up, it was kind of difficult to have like a mentor because our experiences are a little different. Being like a new American, it's hard for like the older generation to try to help out and give you direction. And so a lot of the times I went to the Boys and Girls Club and got help from the staff and the members over there. So.
I'm the opposite. I didn't really use the people around me much.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, I feel like the younger generation should take advantage of who they have around them. Not because they need help, but like to get them through everything they are going through at the same time.
Awesome. I definitely agree with both of you guys. And you said that you're both not born in America, right? Such as myself, you're both from Africa? Yeah.
I'm from Mogadishu, Somalia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different from this place.
Yeah.
Weather, people, everything about it, and it's not the most fun place to be, but it's home, and it's where the heart is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and my parents are from Somalia, and then I lived in a refugee camp for a while. And I came over when I was pretty young, so like my experiences were different because I didn't really get to enjoy or experience like the African lifestyle or the lifestyle over there much. And when I came over, my parents would work a lot more, and so it was difficult for me to try to get help from them with homework and things along those lines. And when I was younger, a lot of my friends had like similar situations. And growing up now, when I see my younger siblings and I've dealt with all that, like all those problems and all those issues, I try to help as much as possible. So.
That's great.
How about you?
Yeah, I myself was born in a refugee camp as well, in Dadaab, and it's been a good experience, but at the same time, it was also hard for me to like get through some of the barriers that were over there, and there was like a strong sense of community. That's why I felt like really helped the refugee camp out, because everybody believed in like the same religion, at least back where I was from, so it made it easier for people to connect, and we identify as like Somali Bantu, so it was easier for us to celebrate the only two holidays that we have, which is Eid Mubarak and Eid al-Fitr. And then coming over here is like a completely different scene. But I was just gonna, which takes us to my next question. Did you guys feel any sense of mentorship back in Africa?
I mean, I don't remember much, and I went back last summer to the refugee camp.
Yeah.
And over there, I think that you would have more involvement by like the community and your family members, because like everybody in the family kind of lives together, like grandparents, aunts, uncles, and when you wake up the first thing in the morning, your aunt is like, "Hi, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
Your uncle is saying, "How are you doing?" But here, where you come alone, and there's not. When we first came here, there wasn't really other like Somali or Somali Bantu families around. So I remember I met your family when I first came here, because you were one of the few only ones, and it was hard to try to have people that kind of understand your situation and what you're going through. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And for me, I came here when I was 12, so I was a little bit older than you two, but I had like you said, big family around me, and at the
Yeah.
same time, I got everything I wanted. Everything came in easy, and then we moved here, and my father he stayed back home, and I was in a different situation. I was the leader of the family. My mom was the leader, but I was second in command. And things were different. I was like acting like a child when I should be acting like a grown man.
Yeah.
And the transition was hard, but right now I am in a better place because I got help in high school and people around the community.
Yeah. So you had like a strong sense of mentorship to your family.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you speak a little bit more about that?
Explain a little bit.
How it like shaped to be who you are today?
Okay. At first, I was spoiled kid.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at what I had and what I didn't have, and I was like, didn't care about others. But then the role changed, and then I started caring about what I do, my actions, and how my siblings will see that. And one of the reasons I went to school is to show my brothers that anything is possible and they can do it. If I can do it, look at me, man. You can do it, right? So that took a while, and all the help came from my mom. She's a strong woman, and I wouldn't be where I am without her. So she was like the one person that I can say changed my life.
I think it's kind of different for like older siblings because they have the younger ones to look after, and like my mom is really strong too, and she's been working every day and like tirelessly so that she can provide for us and hopefully that we have a better future. And I can't speak about like Mukhtar's situation, but whenever I do something or I make a decision, it affects like how my siblings like view the world or like what they're gonna decide. So if I ended up not attending school or not doing well in life, and they would be looking at me as an example, sort of. So it would have been different.
Yeah, definitely. I also have like the same experience with like my mom as well. She's been one of my biggest inspiration for me to like keep going, because I already know like the hardships that our parents went through in the refugee camp to like bring us here, and now I feel like it's upon me to be like the example that they want us to be, you know, the way they're envisioning us.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys probably seen it too with the generational differences that come over here when we come to America, the first generation and then the second generation. And one thing that I've noticed is as a first generation like college student myself, it was like I had to learn everything by myself, you know, through the college process.
Yeah.
But it was like good to have resources such as like Upward Bound, and you said the Boys and Girls Club was also a huge resource for me as well. But I was wondering what advice you guys had for the youth that don't get like those type of resources or opportunities. So, like,
I'd say just ask questions, because a lot of the time, like when I was going through high school and I was going like through middle school, I wanted to be a basketball player, NBA and everything. So I didn't really understand like the importance of education and to try to do well in school. And I didn't graduate with the best grades after high school, and so I ended up attending community college. But when you ask around and like you ask for help and you ask help for your homework and like your papers and your math problems, you can just do better in school in general and try to improve a little bit, step by step, I guess.
yeah, definitely.
And for me, I didn't do any of like the Upper Pound or Boys and Girls Club. I used to play soccer.
That's
And
just different.
yeah, so I definitely recommend going get some help, because my senior year of high school, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I'm almost done. And then I met this wonderful person that showed me how like things worked and applied for all the scholarships that I got in college. And right now, I owe everything to that person. I always call him like, hey, thanks for doing that. He's like, don't worry about it, man. So I definitely recommend going to your local Boys and Girls Club or joining the Upper Bound Club, because this, from what you guys said, they help you with everything you need to know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take advantage of like your current situation, because like most of the new Americans that I know like receive a lot of scholarships and they get help with school and their education, and like FAFSA and the Vermont state grants, they provide like a lot of financial support so that you won't you won't have too many bills or like too many payments to do. So.
Yeah.
It's expensive, man.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like, I feel like it's all about the experience that you're gonna get, you know. College is all about
Yeah.
finding out who you are and like being able to understand that there's a big world out there and just waiting for your talents.
And
But-
to add to your, as first generations,
Yeah.
our siblings would definitely like benefit from us going through the hard ones first.
Yeah.
Now they don't even have to worry about anything. We know what they need to do, and we know how they're gonna do it and how much they're gonna get. And tell them, if you get good grades, you'll be fine. You know, like no one told me that before, and I used to get. I mean, I was decent. I got like all B's, maybe, and like a couple C's.
Yeah.
But that was because of my mom, and if she didn't push me out, like same thing wouldn't happen. But right now, once we get out, and then the young ones will come in and be like, hey, if you don't get B's, you're not going anywhere. Or like
Yeah.
B's or higher, you know. We're gonna push them to their best, at least.
Yeah, definitely. And like, it's like, it's definitely part of like our job to be able to continue that support and guidance to the youth, because they are the futures of today, basically,
Yeah.
because they know everything that's going on behind closed doors that we don't know. And like to be able to lend a hand to them and like say that it's normal to go through struggles, but just people out there like willing to be there for you and help you out. So I think one of the best things about being a mentor. But what do you think is like a good characteristics of a good mentor?
I think like a good mentor has to be strong and just aware of like their surroundings and how they're affecting people. Like a lot of the times you'll see like your younger siblings reacting to something that you do, and they won't necessarily say anything, but they'll know that, oh, my brother's doing well and he's trying to like do well in life for himself and our family, and they pick
Yeah.
up on those little stuff.
And I would say patient, because sometimes the young ones can be hard. I remember I used to be a hothead.
Yeah.
Someone would tell me something like, I don't care. But
Yeah.
now I know how, like if I'm helping one of my siblings, even if they say something or if they don't want to do something, I give them time and go back and push them again, like slowly. You can't, even if they don't want to move, you got like slowly push them. And maybe someday they will listen, maybe.
Especially looking back at like the teenage years where like kids are like super hot-headed and
Yeah.
like they'll react to like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, which is like, again, it's just like for them to understand, to reach out, and like we're there for them, you know.
Yeah.
Like we're not trying to close doors on them. Like, but I just wanted to go back to that earlier point of the identifying as Somali Bantu. What do you guys hope for the youth, for the Somali Bantu community, since we have such a different beliefs and our culture is different, you know?
I just hope like the kids can like do some outreach, and like I know you had a program at the Boys and Girls Club a while back where you try to like have conversations with the youth so that you could like better them in their future, but like a lot of the times it's difficult because there's no communication between like the educational system and the parents, and there's nobody that's really involved. And I would just say that for like the youth, and if you want to like be in a better position, or if you want to do better in life, just try to like go ask for help, because there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, definitely.
He's right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree. And like I'm sure, like as from my experiences growing up, like I definitely realized that all the times that my parents been like guiding me, like they were right, you know. I should have never I should have just like accepted their belief, because they're really not just trying to be annoying. They actually know what's right from wrong and like what's gonna help us out.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been through, I mean, even not the same situation, but like they went through this, like being 17, being 16
Yeah.
before, so they probably know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And now we realize it's like,
Yeah, but it's like good that we're realizing it now, because like we can be that support to the younger youth that are having struggles such as we did.
yeah.
Yeah. After like a year that I graduated, I realized I was such an annoying kid, man.
Yeah.
Why'd I do all that to my mom? But yeah, some of it is just experience and
Yeah.
like trying to trying to learn from it, I guess.
Yeah, like you're always gonna have like bumps on the road, but it's like being able to understand that life is so much bigger and better when you like have a positive mind, positive attitude, and like
Yeah.
you surround yourself with positive people.
And even when you do something wrong, it's like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You can bounce back from it, you know.
Yeah, definitely bounce back even stronger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but do you guys play any sports or have mentoring experience with sports so far in your lives?
I played basketball in high school, and throughout like middle school and high school, and basketball was everything. But I ended up having to. I had a few coaches that were really helpful in my in life and like my education, but I ended up having to leave just so that I could work part time and make some money. And I don't know if I can say that like I had like one specific coach that like gave me like a better understanding of myself and like everything, but
Yeah.
I think like sports helps you become more involved with like other people and like your friends and your age group and your peers, so that you can just have a better experience, I guess. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I did couple of sports, so I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
I learned how to say like fake yes, like okay, the fake smile. Other than that, I don't remember much about it. But
Yeah. Yeah. No,
They-
yeah.
go ahead.
Keep going. Yeah.
No, they definitely have to like do my homework first, and then I used to like, oh, I'm gonna finish this math homework quick, and then go to practice, so I don't have to do homework tonight.
Yeah.
So that really helped.
Education comes first. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know a few people that did sports before education, so I think like coaches like in general need to be better at like letting their athletes know that like sports is not everything, that there's more in life, and that you should be working on your education, going to classes, doing the homework and such. A lot of coaches will tell you, oh, you're so good, oh, you're this and that, and then you graduate high school and
Yeah.
what's gonna happen then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I only come back to this because there are like a lot of youth out in the Burlington community that do play a lot of sports, and like, and I've been thinking a lot about just like how to like explain to them that the important lessons that you learn in sports can be applied to life, you know.
Yeah,
'Cause-
like teamwork or like
yeah.
hard working. Like if you don't work hard, you're not gonna start or play any minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might take them some time to get that like in their head,
Yeah.
but it eventually will get there.
Yeah, and like, and it's also like very important to like understand that like mentorship is like one of the ways that could help somebody from bottom up to, you know, the top, you know, just like giving them support along the way.
Yeah.
But what do you hope for your goals in your next endeavors?
I just want to get out of school right now. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I can't wait
Well, how much do you have left?
until next spring. I can't wait, dude.
And you're graduating in the fall?
Yeah, I'll be graduating in spring as well.
Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got 2 to 3 years left. So.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I
Nice.
mean, I just recently transferred over from like community college to UVM, and at this point, like I just want to do well, because I don't really know what I'm going into. And
Dude, keep
Yeah.
pushing. It might get hard sometimes, but like, just push, keep pushing.
Yeah, and like college is just all about the experience and like finding out, you know, what you're good at, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you can quickly apply them into the real world, and like keep doing the great like community work that you guys are doing, because it's gonna help you out in the long run, you know, make connections and expand your network, which is gonna be really vital in the job world, since like you probably already see. Yeah.
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 I'm just gonna try to take advantage of my situation, because my mom works at UVM and I get tuition remission, and she goes to work every day so that I can have a better life or like in a better future. So.
You go, guy.
Yeah. That's a good motivator
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. Well, do you guys have anything else that you would like to say?
I'm done. That's it.
I mean, I wanted to thank Aden for having
Definitely,
me
yeah.
here, man.
Yeah. I know.
I've known you for so long, and you've been a really good friend, man.
Yeah, finding new ways to involve everyone in the community, and I respect that.
No problem. Like, I always love helping my peers out, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you guys very much.
it's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you.